Joining me now is Mike Bako. He's the sports editor for the dailynational.com, and Carrie Sheffield, a member of the Independent Women's Forum. Good to have you both with us. Mike, let's start with you here in studio, because clearly China is a very significant market for the NBA. How significant?
To the tune of 500 million potential viewers. That's how many people streamed NBA games on Tencent, the internet giant over there in China. So much so that they have a $1.5 billion contract with the NBA. Looking at it from a TV rating standpoint, 21 million viewers for Game 6 of the finals last year in China, only 18 million here. So this is a growth opportunity for the NBA. They see jersey sales there. They see future growth of attendance there and of interest. Endorsers, James Harden, one of the players on the Houston Rockets, is in China, and he came out and said, "We apologize. We love coming here." So the NBA and these players know where their bread's buttered.
Yeah, they do indeed, Carrie. China being such a huge market for the NBA, it's clearly not afraid to flex its economic might. And the NBA, we're seeing, is cowering accordingly. What do you make of the NBA's response?
Well, I think a lot of American politicians echoed the way that a lot of Americans feel, which is that this was putting business interest ahead of caring for democracy and freedom in Hong Kong, which is stipulated by the handover documents in 1997 from British rule to the rule of China. And so for the Chinese government to not respect its own stipulations to which it agreed, that's problematic, I believe. And as far as NBA and China, international companies, whether it's American or otherwise, they have to understand when they're doing business in China, they have no guarantee that their intellectual property will be secure. Their executives are surveilled. I mean, there are a lot of risks. I spent time as a reporter for the Olympics in China, and it's just, I was surveilled. I mean, there is such control. That the NBA has to understand that when they're playing business with the Chinese government does not respect your rights, basically.
And that's certainly a point that the Trump administration has been trying to make with China at large. And a lot of people are pointing to the hypocrisy that we're seeing from the NBA, that it's very woke, if you will, to certain social issues in the U.S. But all of a sudden, it doesn't want to offend China because there's so much at stake here. Do you think there's going to be any fallout for the NBA beyond a couple of words of criticism, even if it means that it's been criticism from both sides of the aisle?
I think it's going to be criticism from both sides of the aisle. I think right now, here in the present, they're obviously getting it from both sides of the aisle. But unless a player like, say, a LeBron James or a Steph Curry comes out and voices support for someone like Daryl Morey, or voices some support for the Hong Kong protesters, I think this is going to be something that's going to come and unfortunately go, because the NBA is interested in their bottom line. They are overall an entertainment company, so sometimes the bottom line comes before some of these social issues on an international scale.
Any fallout, though, in terms of people being so upset about the NBA's reaction that they boycott the NBA? We're, after all, in some kind of cancel culture we find ourselves in. So are there going to be any kind of repercussions like that, or is just basketball too appealing for anybody to want to boycott, regardless of the political statements that the league is making?
Unfortunately, I wish that there could be more nuance to it, other than that probably is going to be the case. NBA is growing in popularity here, even among the set that does want to think of themselves as more enlightened. If it came to protests in Charlotte over transgender bathrooms, if it came to LeBron James wearing "I Can't Breathe" t-shirts and making a political statement, that's what they're interested in. But when it comes to this international scale, dollars are going to win over cents.
Yeah, does seem to be that case. Thank you so much, Mike Bako, Carrie Sheffield. Appreciate it.